Light, oh, light, light. Bloody hell. I mean, a mosquito's never bitten you, for God's sake. The last mosquito that bit me had to book into the Betty Ford clinic.
Well, as I said in another video, if you caught the anime video that we did about streaming some Lupin the Third, if you haven't caught that video, do catch it. It is really good. We discuss Tubi TV is carrying Lupin the Third now, a lot of their movies and their 1971 TV series. But you know, there's, like I said, one thing about the streaming sites, the fast channel ones, they got a lot of programming these days. They're gathering a lot. They have their own originals like Trap House. Was it Best Friend? She Came from the Woods, and there are many others that are on Tubi TV right now. You can go tune in, and it's free. It is free. But what we're going to concentrate on this edition is stuff from across the river over at the UK. There are a couple of titles that are very interesting that you should catch. Some of them you know of, and some of them you may not know of. But before we start on this, I just wanted to take this moment to thank all of you for clicking on this video. If you haven't yet, hit that like, share this video with friends, family, enemies, and hopefully today I've earned your subscription. And for those of you already subscribed, please make sure you are still subscribed, as YouTube tends to remove subscriptions from time to time. And remember, if you wish to help support this channel, there are several links in the description below, including a merch shop with new anime themed shirts and mugs now available. Once again, thank you for your support, and make sure you hit that notification bell to make sure you receive all our notifications on Cuticast TV and all of our programming across all of our social media platforms. Thank you once again. Well, as I said before, we are going to be taking a couple of four suggestions on Tubi TV, specifically that's been added to their lineup. They're primarily from the United Kingdom, some from the BBC network. Back before the BBC network had good content, good programming. And we're going to start off here, and this is the one that, you know, I'm really happy that it's on here for free. I've seen it on Crackle for free. I don't know if it's still on Crackle, but of course, Red Dwarf. The entire Red Dwarf series is now available on Tubi TV, including the 9th season movies and the last film that they did recently as well. You know, the whole cat thing that they did, that they found the cat race, which was okay. It was fun to watch. I mean, we're expecting another season coming soon, and something else possibly, since the fight between the creators of Red Dwarf is over now, and they're going to their initial corners to create their own projects off to a side. If you're not familiar with Red Dwarf is a series that stars Craig Charles, Chris Barry, Danny John Jules, Robert Llewellyn, Norman Lovett, and on certain seasons, Chloe Annette as well. It is basically a science fiction comedy about a worker on a spacecraft who gets in trouble and gets put in suspended animation. But what happens is an accident aboard the ship lets a deadly radiation leak happen, killing the entire crew, which basically he is the only survivor left, and his cat, who was safe in the hull below in the storage area. Unfortunately, the ship could not release him out of suspended animation for 3 million years, so that basically the radiation would subside at that point. Once it did, he was released. Found out that his cat gave birth, and those children evolved into sort of like a human cat, half cat, half human. Also, his bunkmate, who was very annoying, has been turned into a hologram, and of course, there's Holly, the computer that is supposed to be super intelligent, but has now become sort of outdated, outmoded, and it just doesn't work right, as put in there. And then along the line, they meet up with Crichton the robot, which brings a lot of fun to the series itself. If you haven't seen it, it is really, really fun. Like I said, there's 12 seasons on there, and that's including the movies. In between, they get to Earth via a time thing. Also, like I said, they find the entire race of cats that grew up from Craig Charles' original cat, or Dave Lister's cat. Like I said, it's a lot of fun. It's on Tubi right now. Who knows how long they'll have it? They'll probably have it for a bit. So let's move on a little bit. The other thing to look forward to, and I've always said, one thing about Idris Elba, he's a very good actor. Unfortunately, his U.S. roles haven't been that good. And this is a guy who overseas has had roles which you could see that he has when he has the right script, he has a great ability of mastering that script. Unfortunately, like I said, in the U.S., he hasn't found that correct script, even though he has been in some things that have been decent. But Tubi TV has now picked up the entire, I think it's 5 seasons of the series that put him on the map. That is the Luther TV series. If you have not seen that,
baby, can't you see I'm calling? A guy like you should wear warning. It's dangerous, I'm falling.
GCI Luther. First victim's Paul Redford.
This isn't random, is it? It's gonna be more.
Starring Idris Elba, Ruth Wilson, Stephen McIntosh, Indira Varman, Paul McGann. It is a great crime drama, psychological thriller. If you're not familiar with this, John Luther is a detective chief inspector working for the Serious Crime Unit. And this is in Series 1. And in the new Serious and Serial Unit form, Series 2, a dedicated police officer, Luther, is obsessed, possessed, and somewhat violent. However, Luther has paid a heavy price for his dedication. He has never been able to prevent himself from being consumed by the darkness of his crimes, which he has to deal with. I mean, this is a great psychological crime thriller. The acting, the writing, it is very good. This has got 5 seasons to it. The last season ended in 2019. There is a film 2023. I think it just came out recently. It's not available yet on Tubi. I would assume eventually down the line it will be available to the fans out there. This is won Critics' Choice Awards, Golden Globe, Screen Actor Guild Awards, Primetime Emmy Awards. It has won a lot for Idris Elba. That's why Hollywood came a-calling. They saw him on here, and they brought him over. But the thing about it is that they haven't given him the right script, the right character that could bring out his experience as being an actor on there. I mean, this guy could be like those actors that we've been waiting for that we don't have anymore. The ones from the past, those great actors, that you've watched on all those classic films and stuff like that. This is the kind of actor that Idris Elba is. He's one of these classic actors, and he knows how to pronounce himself in a series. I mean, he was decent in the Suicide Squad movie, but like I said, the scripting wasn't that great. So let's move on a little bit. The next on there, the next two are comedies. And I'll tell you, the one here, I mean, this is great. I mean, for those of you, wanting like more and more like, sketch shows with women in it, that are really funny, insanely. This is the series to catch. If you haven't seen this, it is known by several names: Ab Fab and Absolutely Fabulous. This is a series from the BBC from the 90s, 1992 to 1995. It has 5 seasons on there. There is a 6th. Actually, it is the anniversary one, which were three mini movies that they did, which was the 20th anniversary, which came out about 2011, 2012. There is I believe there was a movie version in 2016. Yeah, 2016 there was a Absolutely Fabulous the movie. It is not on Tubi. It's a shame because that one was pretty decent as well. But this whole entire series is hysterical in itself. There are a lot of people on here. It stars Jennifer Saunders and former Avengers Joanna Lumley. If you have not seen her in the Avengers, she was one of the last Avenger girls in the series on there. She also played the aunt in Wolf of Wall Street. If you haven't seen Wolf of Wall Street, she was in that as well. She's won BAFTA awards on there. And of course, Jennifer Saunders has had a lot, overseas comedy shows and stuff like that and bits. If you don't know the premise, it's basically Edna, Eddie, and Patricia, Patsy are a pair of high-powered career women on the London fashion scene. Eddie runs her own PR firm, and Patsy holds a position at a top British fashion magazine. The two women use their considerable financial resources to indulge in cigarettes, alcohol, and recreational drugs, and to chase the latest fads in an attempt to maintain their youth and recapture their glory days as mods in swinging London. The partnership is largely driven by Patsy, who is codependent on an enabler to Eddie. And then of course, Eddie has her own daughter, the mother, who frequently comes to stay on there. Safi, who basically, she's like this sort of girl that's closed into herself, nerdish, who really acts more like the adult in the whole situation when it comes over. And then, of course, we have the ex-husbands that show up every once in a while, and the insanity that goes on in episode to episode. If you haven't catched this, do catch it. It is fun. It is a great series. Like I said, it's 5 seasons plus the 6th season, which is the anniversary one, which is also available. Now, finally, we just wanted to bring this one up. Those of you who basically familiar with Whose Line Is It Anyway? It's on the CW still. I think this will be the last season, if I'm not mistaken, because I think they got a cancellation notice. CW has been cleaning up the network. I mean, the Arrowverse is completely dead. A lot of the other shows have been dying out one by one, and eventually will be cleared out. You're familiar with the series. Aisha Tyler has been hosting the last couple of seasons. Then it was Drew Carey. But most people don't realize is that this series, it came from overseas on there, from the UK. Most people don't even realize it on there. There's about, I think it was 136 episodes. This came out in the late 80s, 1988, ended in 1999. Host then was Clive Anderson. And you saw those Ryan Stiles, Colin Mockery, Greg Proops, Wayne Brady, Brad Sherwood, who have also been in the US versions. They've also been on the UK version on there, which is 10 seasons total. It is now available on Tubi TV as well. It is really funny. You can see where the genius of this series came from, because a lot of the stuff that you saw on the American version was taken from the British one, and they did, they did add some things in the US version that wasn't on the UK. But it is nice to see, with host Clive Anderson. Clive Anderson was great. If you have seen the Clive Anderson episodes as a host, he is fantastic. The improv on this, including the other comedians that have been on this series, like Josie Lawrence, Tony Slattery. You also had Mike Mache, Stephen Frost, Griff Rhys-Jones, Jeff B. Davis, Kathy Greenwood. All have been on the original series itself, and they've done a great improv job on this series itself. So do catch this. So catch this and catch all the others on here, from Red Dwarf to Luther to Absolutely Fabulous to Whose Line Is It Anyway? These are all available free on Tubi TV. You don't have to sign up, but I would recommend signing up. The reason is I recommend you can make a list of your favorite stuff, and it'll be saved in there, so you can go back and watch it. And when say you can't do the entire 10 seasons, you continue from the point that you left off on. So tell me in the comments below your thoughts on this. Don't forget to share this video, especially those who like stuff from the BBC. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, and hopefully today's the day I earn your subscription. So don't forget to check out our other Tubi TV video on there, on Lupin the Third, and all of our other videos this week on Q2Cast TV, including, if you didn't catch, our Monday regular show now, the Fast Five. So until next time, thank you for clicking on this video, and bye-bye now.